Aries, a very warm welcome. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. Happy New Year. Those of you returning, welcome back. Those of you that are new, a big warm welcome. This is all about your year at a glance. All right, so we're going to go through the months and then we're going to go into quarters. All right, so the seasons, if you like. For my personal viewers, my personal clients, a warm welcome. I know you watch this channel. So what we're going to do, we're going to get straight into it, guys. No messing around here. I hope you had an amazing start to your year so far. And has that Two of Cups shown up yet? I know it's coming, guys. All right, it's happening for personal clients as well. It's lurking. It's there, it's just around the corner for a lot of you. So Aries, let's have a look. All right, so let's start with January. All right. Talking of the Two of Cups, we've got the Two of Cups here in reverse, all right? So it's there, all right? Some of you might be letting go of connections in January, you know, things that were lingering, something that you had a bit of an affinity with, someone that you felt there was a deep connection there and it turned out to go a little bit pear-shaped. Others of you, that Two of Cups isn't here just yet. Okay, February, you might be really badass, Aries. You might be, just watch yourself, right? You might get a little bit angry with people. You'd really cut people off in February. It's the new year, right? So start as you mean to carry on. Okay, yeah, and in March, you'll be letting go of anything, anything that's lingering. You know, like, let's say we can let go of people, situations, places, and things, but it still lingers. You know, that... how do we say it? You know, the trigger, the energetic trigger, if you like. And the way we know that we're healed is when that person's name comes up or that place, that thing, and there's no emotional response to it. So it looks like in March, you're letting go. All right. April looks amazing for you guys. You're going to be hyper intuitive. All right. So, you know, trust your gut in March. Look at you flexing. All right. April. All right, you're going to be super balanced, Aries. You're going to feel... This isn't a spring in your step. This is more... If you walk into a room, okay, you're not in your head, all right? You're kind of like in the center of your being, and you're cool, you're chilled, chillaxed, but you're in balance. Okay, January, February, March, April, May, June... all right, you might feel a little bit stuck, all right? There might be a stop and start here. We're going to go deeper with this reading, guys, and find out what this is about. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July. July, some of you might be traveling in July. It's normal, right? It's the holiday season. But some of you will be moving on to calmer waters. Some of you might be relocating, just for some of you. Look at this, all right? We've got the Ace of Cups here. This could be a brand new offering in love. And, you know, it comes back to your previous readings, Aries. If I'm looking down the middle of these cards here, you know, we've got February, the King of Swords in reverse. Then we've got Temperance. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. So it looks like a brand new offer of love, or really kicking into self-love. Like the most loving thing you can do is to totally let go and not hang on to anything, right? No, yeah, freeing yourself. All right, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Watch out for September. You might feel very free, easy breezy. Nothing's holding you back. All right. October, just be careful of your choices in love in October. We've got the Lovers in reverse here. All right, so the Lovers in the upright, these are two people that choose each other. You know, they're not chained together. You know, they're not on a chain gang at all, these guys. They choose to be with each other. So just watch out for your choices in love around October. November, major life changes. All right, we've got the World here, guys. This is the ending and a brand new beginning. So this year looks like, again, cutting things out that no longer serve you, letting go, really working on the emotional charge, the residue of emotional charge from things that you've let go of. Be careful of, like, you know, false starts in January, February, March, April, May, June. July looks amazing. You're moving into, in August, you know, self-love, possibly an offer of love, which will free you up. And then October, just be careful about choices in love. But November looks amazing. And then, you know, you are going to be so emotionally balanced by the end of 2025, guys. We've got the Queen of Cups here. Some of you, you might be spending time with your mother around Christmas, right? This is the card. It can be like a mother figure, okay? So let me just clarify this, guys, now. But the year looks good for you, all right? There's going to be a few, false starts and those kind of things. But, it's normal, isn't it? Like in life, the beauty of like false starts now for you, Aries, is, your boundaries are in place. You're opening up, you're giving people the chance, but willing to cut them off much quicker than you have done in the past, and that is self-love, right? It's when we overstay and we overgive to situations that no longer want us, that's when it becomes problematic, right? So why is the Two of Cups here in January for you guys? All right. Okay, so we've got the Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, some of you are letting go of things that you felt that you could have built on, some kind of a connection there. And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. So the way this might work out, guys, just for some of you, okay, you might be with somebody, okay, and you're not feeling that deep connection, but it's very practical and it's aiding in your finances. You're building together, but it might not be as deep. It might turn into something a bit more practical, if that makes sense. Okay, look, February, you're cutting out, anything that is non-reciprocal, Aries. All right, so it's like what's coming to fruition is all the work that you did in the latter part of last year. Your readings were all about cutting things out that no longer serve you, anyone that can't show up, and give you equal time, respect, honor, and all these kind of things. February, you really are, you're going for it. All right, no messing with Aries. Okay. So then we got letting go, guys. January, February, March. In March time, some of you might be letting go of this connection which has been hanging around. So it's like, if we go back to January might be a case of you, working on your coin and your stability. Others of you, you might be letting go of connections that were committed and you were financially committed or had, you were renting together, but you had joint finances, these kind of things. You're just cutting it out in February, and you're letting go, even though there might still be a strong bond there for some of you. You're just letting go of that. Okay, you're using your intuition in April. What's that all about? Yeah, you're using your intuition when it comes to your stability. So if we think about the home is our haven, right? And we want to come home and be at peace, all right? It's our sanctuary, if you like. So you're going to be really using your intuition about this, okay? May. Okay, in May, you are... If any sneaky people come your way in May, Aries, watch how you deal with them. You're going to deal with them completely different. You're going to be super balanced. So they're not going to affect you like they may have done in the past. So it's almost like, if people come up to you and they go, well, Aries, 2 + 2 is 5. And you'd argue the point that it's 4. It's like you're so balanced now. You go, yeah, I agree with you. So you're not triggered. It's great work, Aries. Okay, January, February, March, April, May, June. In June, guys, just watch out in June that you might give up working on things, that are false starts, that anything that isn't really moving forward. It's like the newfound Aries, Aries uprising is kind of like kicking in and go, you know what, I don't see any forward movement in this. All right, just for some of you. Okay. And then, in July, you've got moving away. Some of you are literally moving, traveling, okay? But you're moving forward with so much clarity, and it's like assertiveness without aggression. Does that make sense? It's like tell it like it is, but it's coming from a place of balance because we've got temperance. What you're doing in May. 2 + 2 is 5. No, Yeah, okay, it's 5, you know? So it's like you're not being triggered by anybody, Aries. Okay, just for some of you, there might be a new offering in love in August. This might have been a brand new offer in something that hasn't ended. So some of you, people might be coming back around in August. All right, just watch out for that. Okay, and then you've got in September. September, you've got freeing yourself, and some of you might be having a good time. All right, let's put it that way. All right, this can be a phallic symbol with the Ace of Wands here. So some of you might be having a lot of passion around August. Okay, September, guys. All right, you're going to be really open in your communication to anything that doesn't work. Assertiveness without aggression. So you're not going to argue the fact about the wrongdoings. You're more going to be, hey, look, this really isn't working for me. You know, I think our morals and values are different. So you're going to take the high ground, and you're going to be in line with temperance, in line with your inner balance. Okay, and then we've got, watch out for this, guys. All right, we've got endings and new beginnings, and then we've got the Ace of Cups. October, November, all right, are going to be major for you guys. New love on the horizon, so watch out for that for you guys going into the fall in America. You know, the fall winter. But yeah, it's like something major's going down in love for you. All right, so for the latter part of the year. Sorry, it's not sooner for some of you. All right, and then we've got in December, we've got a very spiritual card. We've got the Hanged Man, and that's on top of the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is emotionally balanced, and also you're willing to look at different perspectives. So it's almost like the stubborn negative trait of Aries is kind of like calming down here because you've got more inner balance. No need to control anymore, which is stubbornness, right? Excuse me, guys. So emotionally balanced and really looking at different perspectives. So you might find that you're way more open to new ways of doing things, new ways of being, new circumstances, places, and things. So let's have a look at this now. I want to take a card. This January, okay, some of you have got letting go of connections where they were quite serious. You know, you thought you could build with them, but turns out no. All right, it could be a connection where somebody was already involved, just for some of you. All right, this is the romance of a lifetime, all right? There is a Two of Cups there. Some of you guys might go into a break and then come back together in March, just for some of you. And then it's a classic case, guys, of watch out for those of you have been in on and off relationships, in this year, 2025. Because somebody might come back around, someone that you had a nice bond with, they might come back around, but you might actually learn that, you know what, it's not for me. I thought you were the one, but you're not. If we're talking about love for you guys, because in February you're gonna kind of like do some reflection and go, you know what, I think I need to cut it out. It's just not. It just doesn't seem reciprocal. Let's go down to this one here. Okay, so we've got way back down in the year, guys, in November. All right, I'm jumping the gun here a little bit because this really stood out to me. Pay attention to the red flags. So there's some kind of an ending and a brand new beginning, a new offer of love. But pay attention to the red flags. So what that's actually saying to me, Aries, is you deserve love and nip it in the bud. So, when we meet people, very often what we can do is dynamics start to form, and they're very hard to shake once we're too far down the line. So what this is actually saying to me is pay attention to the red flags. Because of your newfound balance, coming into your life in January, February, March, April, in May, you can have those conversations and not get angry. You're just going to approach it assertiveness without aggression, So let's have a look at this now. What I was going to do. I want to take a card, advice, okay, for the first quarter of the year. Right, denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness in reverse. So January, February, March is going to be quite powerful for you. You might have moments where your fears are still operating the machine, Aries. For some of you that, might be suffering from a little bit of codependency and that and those kind of things, you might start waking up to that in April. And then you've got to find balance and realize that, you know what, I can handle this and I can be assertive and speak my truth and my mind without getting into drama or arguments. If they want to argue about you stating your case and setting your boundaries, then you know what, that's not a good person to be around, is it? They're not honoring your position, which is called empathy, putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. So watch out for that, Aries. What else was I going to do? So these are just messages for you throughout the first 4 months. I want one for Aries here. You're protected. It's go time. You're currently being protected by the universe. It has your best interests at heart. Move forward fearlessly and have courage, Aries. So some of you in the first quarter, you might be letting go of some. It's almost like, Aries, you won't be falling for the same kind of people. When we see these, they tick the box and you think, oh my God, this is like the romance of a lifetime. These people are amazing, where you've been ignoring red flags in the past. So let's say somebody shows up and they're already kind of like dating around or they're already involved with somebody. You might have taken it on, Aries, because, you're competitive and you want to, you know what, I can get this. I've got this. I can win this person over. Now you're not even going to go there. You're going to go, do you know what, that's just messy and I've no time for messy people. But you're protected in this, Aries. Let's have a look now. I'm going to take one of these. For the first quarter, guys, January, February, March, all right? Let's have a look. I want one for Aries. I want that one. Aries. I want to Netflix and chill. Okay, so January, February, March, winter months, guys. A lot of you would just want to, cuddle up on the sofa and chill out with Netflix and just, no time for any disharmony in the home, and that was the first card of January, like thinking things through and going, you know what, the world is tough enough out there. When I come home, that's my sanctuary and I just want to feel at peace. All right. So you'll be acting very differently, I think, in the first quarter, Aries. So I've taken one of those. I want one of these now. This is just, little warnings or whatever in the first quarter of January. Let's have a look. This coming back around. So for some of you guys, you might have let go of somebody tail end of last year, coming into this month, which was a true love. The card says so. It was a Two of Cups, but you're kind of letting it go. You thought you might have been able to build with them. February, you might be going, you know what, I don't think this is working. I don't think it's reciprocal. I don't think that they might be given to other people, just for some of you, reading for many of you out there. And then we've got, as you let go, this person seems to come back around. And you've realized that, you know what, I don't think they're the one for me. Just for some of you, all right? That's the first quarter. But that's great because, look, then we're going into April, guys, and we've got the High Priestess here, and that came up in your previous readings. Using your intuition, using your gut, trusting it. If something seems off, Aries, it probably is. And you're going to get stability in that. And for some of you, you might be actually really happy doing spiritual practices or working on your self-development at home throughout April. Let's have a look. And then remember I said to you, May, balance. Even in the face of highly deceptive people, you're just gonna 2 + 2 is 5. You're right. So there's no argument. And, highly manipulative people, they want a reaction from you, Aries. And if you don't give them, grey rock in psychology, stonewalling them, I suppose you're right. What are they going to do with that? They're going to go, that's different. Aries isn't triggered. And that's a loss of power. So for those guys that have been dealing with highly manipulative people or liars, stealers, cheats, the work that you've done in the latter part of the year going into January, February, March, April, in May, you're really going to see outward shows of what you've been doing, Aries. And then we've got, in June, we've got, like a false start and not putting work into things. I want to take a card on that. What is that all about? Let's have a look. What am I going to use for that? I'm going to use this deck. Why is that here? A false start, or something not moving ahead and you don't want to put any work into it. So you might have someone, Aries, that might make a show again, and this has come up in your readings, this Two of Cups person. And as I said to you in previous readings, it can be sinister, it can be karmic, it can be someone coming back to test your boundaries. You might have felt that it was true love, or they really were the one for you, and you kind of like thought about it deep and hard, and you thought maybe they're not. Envy. I am the same as everybody else, but with different challenges. Watch out for jealous people, Aries. Certainly don't give in to jealousy. But yeah, watch out for jealousy in July, okay? With you not wanting to put work into something, not taking action, with the Page of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, someone actually might act a little bit jealous around you because they might feel that something untoward or that you're giving to others. And, that's pretty sad, isn't it? When people think, hey, look, I don't think this is for me. I think, let's call it a day. They automatically think there's someone else. All right. For sometimes, there are other people, but, if they're narcissistic, they always have somebody lined up. It's the way they work. But you might get some jealousy in July. So let's take some cards on July. What would you need to look out for or to think about in July, Aries? Right, that one definitely wants to come out. All right, I can't make this up, can I? Self-love. It's time to fall in love with yourself. You come first, Aries. Okay, and that is, in June. I come first. I'm balanced. You are out of whack. Doesn't affect me. Sorry. Okay, new beginnings, Aries. An exciting start is on its way. A new job prospect, promotion, or home is in the works. And because going into July, some of you might be moving. Okay, count your rainbows, not your thunderstorms, Aries, in July. This card urges you to focus on the positive. The things you think about, you bring about. So what's your thoughts? You might get some jealous people. I want some cards on that, actually. Who is this and why would they be jealous? Who is this and why would they be jealous? Let's have a look at this. How are we doing time-wise? Right, we're doing all right. It's a bit of a long reading, guys, but, there's 12 months. So I want to take this one. This jumped out first. I'm not as deep as you. Now, the way that would work, how I would translate that in a reading, let's say you've called something off, Aries, and you don't want anything sneaky. You've got your boundaries. You want something reciprocal, as in February. You've learnt that. Someone might be coming back around in March. They might get a bit jealous. And I'm not as deep as you. Just watch out for that. People that are quite shallow, they will never understand that, hey, look, you know what? I just want to be alone. This isn't working for me. So watch out for that. That's just a heads up, okay? Let's go into... Where am I now? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. What's going down for Aries? What do they need to know? Okay. July, August, September. What does Aries need? There's far too many. I'm not taking those, guys. Just one. These are huge cards to shuffle. And they're super thick. I just want one card, please, for Aries. What does Aries need to know? What does Aries need to know? Do you know what? I'm going to just do it this way, right? I'm going to shuffle that again. They're huge. They're just really hard to manage. And I'm just going to... Right, that one really wants to pop out to me. Choice, Aries. Free will, courage, willpower, and change. Look at this, So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, moving into calmer waters. You see the truth with the King of Swords here. Some of you might be moving on with an air sign, just for some of you. Watch out for that. But it's change, Aries. So there's going to be major change going down for you. July, August, September looks amazing for you. You're going to have choices, okay? And it's down to you to make the right ones, because you don't want to make the wrong ones. This is just a heads up and a warning that don't go down the wrong path, because in October it looks like some of you might make a bad choice in love. And I just don't want you guys to fall back into, forgive, whether in person or in your mind, forgive and move forward. The only person you're hurting by holding on to this resentment is yourself, Aries. So make choices to let go of people. Forgive the situation. For those of you that are really moving on this year, no more stop and start, no more getting back together, push, pull, and all this kind of, all these shenanigans. Forgive the situation. And if it's someone that's done you dirty, the great mantra always is, I accept the apology I may never receive. You're giving yourself closure there, guys. One of these for you, for Aries, for August, September, October. Sorry, July, August, September. Perseverance, Aries. This is all about your self-work. Persevere. When you start cutting people out, and this is based on psychology, when you start cutting people out and you're setting boundaries, you can go into a state of pathological loneliness. And that's when a lot of people give up the self-work and they kind of go back to old coping mechanisms and old attractions. I want you to persevere, Aries, because that's when great things come. When you persevere, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Persevere in your healing. No more time for lies, stealings, and cheats. We're leaving that in 2024. It does take time for the boundaries to kick in and for them to come second nature to you. And again, back into January, February, March, April. In May, it was all about finding balance and assertiveness without aggression. So 2 + 2 is 5, Aries. Yeah, it is. What else do I want to do here? I want to take one of these. If it's about love and those kind of things, right? There's 2 that's popped out there. All right, some of you, just for some, if you believe in this, we've got a past life relationship, which could be the Ace of Cups coming into your life. And you might go on a retreat, or you might get away with somebody in August. Okay, it's the holiday season, right? So I want to take a card on that. Let me take, where is it? I'm going to take a card on that, okay? So watch out for that. In August, some of you might experience like some kind of past life relationship. My silence is not a game. Please leave me be. That's an interesting one. When we have past life relationships, my experience of them is that they can be very triggering, because there will be certain things that play out and you're thinking, damn, this looks so familiar. And you recognize part of that person. If you believe in this stuff, guys, it's not for everybody, I know. But you're just getting in this lifetime just a fragment of that person, like a flickering flame. And so they can be quite mind-blowing in certain degrees. So either you or the other person might get a little bit scared by a connection like that, okay? But then, as you go into later on in September, you're going to free yourself. You're going to free yourself and follow passion. So some of you might be, quite passionate with past life lovers. And of course, there's going to be red flags, okay? Because it's the past coming back. But because of your assertiveness now, you know how to deal with it, Aries, in a calm, balanced fashion with temperance here. I want to take another card, all right? So this past life thing. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Some of you guys, seriously, watch out for past life connections. You will just have this recognition of these people. It's uncanny. And you feel very comfortable with them. They can get very triggering further down the line as the old dynamics play out, but that's where, great communication comes in, okay? And you guys, as I say, January, February, March, April, May, that's the pinnacle of the year, all right? Number 5 might be important to some of you. Aries, so some advice, some overall advice, a message for you, a mantra, whatever you want to call it, for the year of 2025. For the year of 2025, a message for the year, to sum up that year, okay? Sum up this year. For Aries, 2025. As soon as I choose to see the light in dark corners, I redirect my power towards what I want. Aries, for those of you that have been through the dark night of the soul or just coming out of it, the light is there. And don't go back to old patterns this year. Don't fall for the same kind of characters, the same kind of bullshit. You've had enough of it. May is important for you in your healing. Major changes there. Watch out later on in the year for a past life connection. Follow the passion. Pay attention to the red flags, but communicate assertive without aggression, Aries. Make choices to forgive and persevere with your healing. And that's your year of 2025 in a nutshell. So Aries, look, I hope that helped. My name's Drew. This is Modern Tarot. If you like the content, please like, share, or subscribe. It means I can continue to do this for free for you. In the meantime, Aries, keep up the great work. Your year looks interesting. And I think by the time you get to May, you will see outward shows and people will see outward shows of your internal work. So congratulations to you, Aries. I'll see you for your mid-month readings. Take care now. Bye-bye.